way through the bends. Cars pitching about here. This corner, the left-hand part tightens up a little. Then maintain your speed round the right hand for the final tightening left-hander, which is off camber and slightly slippery here. How many revs did he get? Quick lap. Flat out kink, past the new pit lane entry to the first two chicanes. Now floodlit and much easier to pick out the apexes. Third gear through here, carry some speed through, down to second for the tighter chicane before the start. Accelerate out, mind the curbs. Grandstands, pits on the right. Stay on the left. Wide entry into the chicane. Hard on the brakes. Don't get in too quick, else you'll be in the sand. And that's a flying lap in the Harold Groves Porsche.
By midnight, the American Nissan was leading from Nielsen's Jaguar. The Brunn Porsche still going well, and so too was the Lammers Jaguar, up from 17th on the grid. Davy Jones in 5th place, the two Nissans 6th and 7th. And for the first time, the 45 Porsche showing on the leaderboard.
Well, with a problem the number one car, which cracked a swirl pot for its water system, so we had to change it, and it was leading quite comfortably. And that's obviously we've done that. It's back in the race now, so I don't think it's too bad at the moment. The circuit's very hard, as we expected it would be. There's a lot of dirt about as well, which is causing us to have to clean radiators and what have you, but apart from that, it's not too bad.
Are you going to change drivers around, Tom?
And we haven't any plans to do so at the moment.
So Martin Brundle will not go into the number 4 car right now?
No, not at the moment. No, he's going back in his own car at the moment. There's no need to change the drivers. The other cars are sitting right up there in the top 5. So I think we've got 3 cars in the top 5, so I don't think it's too bad at the moment.
If it comes to absolute pace, Tom, do you think you can stay with the Nissans? They've proved so far they had the fastest laps. I mean, is it going to be sort of one of those races that'll go right the way till the end of the 24 hours?
Well, you know what 24-hour races are like. You can never tell until you're about 18 hours into them. We can go faster than we're going at the moment. We're taking the cars through the night at a pace that we wanted to. And we'll see if it's necessary to go any faster tomorrow.
Le Mans in the early hours takes on a completely different complexion. The race changed too. The pace car came out as a result of a fire on the Mulsanne straight, which burnt out the Lancia Ferrari of Massimo Monti. Those teams which had been using fuel too quickly by going too fast were much relieved. As the wreckage was brought in, the crowd drifted away for other pursuits. Le Mans Fair doing good business as usual. Out on the track, the action didn't stop either. The cars weren't capable of doing 3 minutes 40 laps in the dark anymore, but they were still fast and twice as spectacular. Retirements, but one of the most notable was the number 24 Nissan of Bailey, Blundell and Brancatelli. They started with such high hopes.
Jaguar number 2, that of Jan Lammers, Andy
The Jaguars were going well. Packing the leaderboard, the Nissans were starting to falter. 84 was well delayed. 25 was out with gearbox trouble. 24 been retired with a transmission problem. takes on a new dimension at Le Mans. The night pit stop for Jaguar number 2. This is the Lammers Conrad Wallace car. The reason? Franz Conrad had gone off the track in the dark and had damaged the front bodywork. The car had forced its way up from 17th on the grid to 3rd and was pressing for the lead at the time. The mishap put the Jaguar back down to 9th. By contrast, Nissan number 23 with the Japanese crew was performing perfectly. Creeping up the leaderboard and challenging 83 for top Nissan position. Back down pit road, the Jaguar repairs went on. Nissan 23, regular scheduled pit stops throughout the night. Fire in pit road, a regular occurrence at Le Mans. This one flambéed Porsche 43 of Richard Lloyd Racing quite nicely. Nick Mason, the Pink Floyd drummer, was much relieved. He'd agreed with Richard Lloyd to buy Porsche number 44. Not so pleased, Manuel Reuter, James Weaver and JJ Leto. For them, the 58th Le Mans was over. Reuter, the winner at Le Mans in '89. Weaver, second in '85. JJ Leto yet to score. Jaguar, a lap in the lead at the halfway distance thanks to a brilliant nighttime drive from the American Price Cobb. The American Nissan holding on to second place, a lap behind. Jaguar 6th and 7th, and the Joest Porsche in 8th place, 5 laps adrift. But who could rule out that experienced crew? Midway through Le Mans, and dawn yet to break. Sun up, and this was the leading Jaguar. Nielsen back at the wheel after a spirited drive from Price Cobb. Dallas-born Texan had taken the Jaguar past the American Nissan and held on to the lead for 2 grueling stints. Jeff Brabham in Nissan 83, Bob Earl in Nissan 84. Together on the road, but a considerable difference between them in time. The 84 Nissan been held up with gearbox trouble early on. But once repaired, it ran as quickly as any. Including this man. Oscar Larrauri was back at the wheel of Porsche number 16. Larrauri, former Grand Prix driver, who never really proved himself in Formula One, was making certain that everybody knew who he was at Le Mans. Hans Stuck doing long stints in Porsche.